Welcome to the iMindMap tutorial on utilizing mind mapping techniques for classroom assessment. Mind mapping is a flexible methodology that can be used to achieve many different and diverse outcomes. One of its highly successful techniques is for pre- and post-topic assessment, a system Tony Buzan calls preview and review. The basic premise being asking your students to mind map their knowledge at the beginning of a topic and then setting them the task of completing the same topic mind map at the end of the module. Comparing the two can provide a huge insight into their learning as well as topic adoption. Using iMindMap for such assessment purposes has immense benefits for both teachers and students. Let's take a look in a bit more detail. Benefits of assessment and mind mapping. Mind maps help to interpret and express ideas. Firstly, the basic concept of mind mapping suits assessment, as it encourages students to think metaphorically. This type of thinking has been proved to be a useful means of interpreting and expressing complex ideas and concepts. Mind mapping doesn't rely on students' language levels. When creating a mind map, students are entirely relying on their knowledge rather than their language level. The idea that mind maps are not hinged on sentence structure or writing ability is invaluable to teachers who are assessing pupils with learning difficulties. Mind mapping is ideal for visual and kinesthetic learners. Mind maps give different types of learners an opportunity to excel. Mind mapping provides visual and kinesthetic learners with a better chance of expressing their knowledge compared to traditional assessment techniques. Mind mapping is good for higher ability students. Mind maps are ideal for higher achieving students as a ceiling isn't placed on their assessment. Mind maps provide a more realistic representation of knowledge. The method that mind maps use to bring together students' knowledge moves away from the traditional linear yes-no assessment and allows their understanding to be more transparent. This provides a more realistic representation of their knowledge. Mind maps show students' understanding of context. Mind maps help students understand context and how topics and subtopics link together. The graphical representation of this that mind maps provide is unique. Through post-assessment, this type of deeper understanding is clearly evident for you to see. Mind maps offer a deeper insight into students' understanding than written tests. For you as teachers, mind mapping allows you to get to know your students on a more insightful level than a written test. A deeper understanding of their abilities is achievable as specific areas of knowledge and lack of knowledge are easy to highlight. Students experience the benefits too. Mind mapping promotes self-assessment amongst students, and a huge benefit of mind mapping assessment is that students actually enjoy the process. Let's now take a look at a couple of different examples of how mind mapping and pre- and post-assessment can work in the classroom. Mind mapping for pre- and post-assessment can be as basic as asking your students to mind map their knowledge at the beginning of a topic and then setting them the task of completing the same topic mind map at the end of the module. The comparison of the two provides a hugely valuable insight into their learning. Before you start a topic, the idea is to set your class the task of using iMindMap to explore all their existing ideas and knowledge on that particular topic. Start by asking them to think about the topic, then ask them to map out their initial thoughts using iMindMap. Challenge them to dissect their different ideas and promote the concept of connections and associations. Encourage them so that their brain can radiate thinking using information that they have picked up from other parts of the curriculum, from the media, from other subject areas, and from their own general knowledge. Support can be given. For example, you can provide triggers or even a basic mind map with main branches supplied. By using iMindMap, you can easily create a mind map template that can be differentiated to truly tailor the task to any student or ability. As your class completes the module, you can conclude the topic with a summative mind map. This will allow you to finally assess what each student has learnt and understood in a visual and transparent way. Provide your students with an identical central image and a blank iMindMap workspace. Ask them to map the topic based on their entire understanding of the subject. Once students have completed their mind maps, They can be saved and used as a rich source of supportive evidence for post-assessment. For students of a younger age or of a lower ability, the following approach offers more support and structure. Why not complete the pre-assessment mind map as a class activity? This task can be accomplished with a computer and projector, or for even better results, with an interactive whiteboard. iMindMap is fully compatible with both, as well as tablet PCs. Load iMindMap and select Full Screen Mode, or press F11 so that the iMindMap workspace fills the whole screen. Now create a map getting the whole class involved. By using the interactive whiteboard pens, a truly organic mind map can be formed by students coming up to add their own ideas. iMindMap's flexible approach means that branches can be added and moved. Notes can be written, images can be inserted, relationship arrows can connect ideas, sketches can be drawn, and highlight clouds can give prominence to particular areas. Such a method really promotes inclusion and fires up students' imaginations, ready for you to start teaching the topic in hand. For post-assessment, instead of getting students to create a map from scratch, get them to restructure a pre-made one. Firstly, you will need to create an iMindMap for the topic and save it. Then restructure it using the click and drag features so that all the ideas are based around the central image. Give this to your students and ask them to restructure the map into something with meaning. A learner with a high order understanding of the topic will find this easier than a learner with limited or only lower order understanding of the topic. You could finally base a class discussion around the iMindMaps, asking students to self-assess themselves. Further applications of mind mapping for assessment. Once your students have completed their post-assessment task, their mind maps can be used for extension work or projects. Here are some practical ideas for how you can turn assessment into other areas of the curriculum. Why not get your students to create a presentation using their iMindMap by exporting it into PowerPoint? They can order the branches using the branch ordering tool so that their branches appear in the order they wish to talk about them. They can then deliver this to the classroom individually or as a small group. You could use the Export to Word feature, which exports all text in their mind maps in a structured way so that they have the beginnings of a report, an essay, an experiment, or even a newspaper article. Ask them to complete the piece of writing using their understanding of the topic. By printing out the completed post-assessment iMindMaps, you can use them as Wallcharts for the classroom. The tile printing option will allow you to print larger poster-style maps. Students can even take this home to put on their bedroom walls. The completed post-assessment mind map could form part of the student's coursework. Students' personalized mind maps can be used as ideal revision tools or recap aids. They offer an ideal summary of a topic which can be kept and referred to throughout the school year.